Hello everyone, welcome all of you for Building Material Testing Laboratory video lecture. Today we are going to discuss about the experiment impact test. Impact test of metals is performed to determine the impact resistance or toughness of material by calculating the amount of energy absorbed during fracture. Nothing but we are applying sudden load on the material. So, how much the energy absorbed by that metal we need to calculate by using two methods. One is Charpy impact test and second one is Izard impact test. First we are going to discuss about the Charpy impact test. After that I will move on to the Izard impact test. So, now Charpy impact test on mild steel. So, we are using the material mild steel. Aim of the experiment to determine the Charpy impact test of the given specimen under the impact loading. Apparatus required. We are using a vernier caliper, a scale and a impact testing machine with its accessories. Now, this will be the impact testing machine. In that impact testing machine, we are having one hammer and we are having a scale, and here it is a pendulum. If you observe the scale in detail, so we are having two graduations in that. So, outside it is for Charpy test and inside reading is for Izard test. So, in the Charpy test it starts from 0, 10, 20 like that, the maximum will be 300, and for Izard we are having the graduation start from 0 and maximum will be 168. So, means if the hammer is placed in this position of the pendulum, this pendulum will be at an angle 141.8 degree. So, if we place the hammer in that position, so the potential energy stored in that hammer is 300 joules. That will be the maximum energy stored in the hammer. And for Izard it is different, the maximum energy is 168. Now, I will discuss only about the Charpy, and here it is given that 1 division is equal to 2 joules. That will be the least count of this graduation. So, nothing but it starts from 0 to 10. So, each reading will shows the least count is 2 joules, 2 joules, 4, 6, 8, 10 like that. So, we need to measure what will be the energy absorbed by the Charpy if I conduct in the Charpy impact test for the outside reading only. Now, I will move on to the specimen and the striker of striker for Charpy test, and the specimen will be like this. Specimen and the striker will be U-shaped, and the specimen is also having U notch. So, the details will be like this. Maximum impact energy of pendulum. So, the maximum energy stored in that hammer will be 300 joules. Minimum value of scale graduation means least count of that graduation is 2 joules. Then distance between the supports is 40 mm, means if I place the specimen over the anvil, so the distance between the support will be 40 mm, and angle of fall is 141.8 degree, means the pendulum is placed in the angle 141.8 degree to get the maximum energy 300 joules. And angle of striking edge of the striker means this edge, the striker edge is 30 degree, and the type of notch is U notch in the specimen. So, U notch is provided in the specimen because to concentrate the stresses in a single position, and we need to place the specimen in such a way that notch should be in the tension side nothing but it is away from the striking edge. The striking edge will be like this, and the notch should be away from that striking edge. Okay. So, this is regarding the Charpy test with the striker and the specimen detail. Now, I will move on to the observations. We are having the specimen like this, and first one will be the material of the given specimen. So, we are using the mild steel. So, initial energy is 300 joules, and the length of the specimen is 55 mm, means overall length of the specimen is 55 mm, and the notch will be at a distance L by 2, nothing but 55 by 2, it is at the middle. Then breadth of the specimen and the depth of the specimen both will be 10 mm only, means the overall depth and width of the specimen, the cross section will be 10 mm and 10 mm only, but the depth of the specimen below the notch is 8 mm, means so the notch we provided is 2 mm, the depth below the notch is 8 mm, and the radius of that U notch is 0.25 mm, and this angle is 45 degree. This is regarding the details of the notch what we have provided in the Charpy test. Now I will move on to the experiment. Before going to conducting the actual experiment, we need to conduct friction loss test. So I will move on to that procedure. First, here we are having the impact testing machine. Now we need to place the hammer and lock it in the pendulum. Now I am going to lock it with the pendulum. Okay. After locking that, we need to place the pointer in a position of 300 joules. Means now the hammer is having the potential energy 300 joules. Now after that, so release that lock and attach that hammer to the pendulum. Then release the hammer without specimen. So after the oscillation ends, if I observe the reading, we will get the reading is the pointer will be showing 0, nothing but loss of energy due to friction is 0, means there is no friction in the instrument. So after getting the loss of energy, so here there is no loss of energy. Now I will move on to the actual test. So same procedure. So place the hammer and lock it in the pendulum. After that, place the pointer in the position of 300 joules. Then place the specimen in such a way that the notch should be in the tension side, means it is away from the striking edge. Above the anvil, I place the specimen, then release the locker and attach the hammer to the pendulum. After that, release the hammer. Now the energy is absorbed by the specimen. After the oscillation end, take the reading. Now if I observe the scale, we got the reading like this. It is 0, 10, 20, 30, 32, 34 and 36. The pointer is at a position of between 34 and 36. We need to consider the minimum value is 2 joules. That's why I will consider the lower value. So I got the total loss of energy during the transit of hammer is 34 joules. So now I will move on to the specimen. Specimen before test is like this. Here the specimen after the failure, after absorbing the energy, the failure will be like this. Then the calculation area of cross section at notch S0, I call it as B into D. B is nothing but width of the specimen and the depth is below the notch 8 mm. So B is 10 mm. B into D, 10 into 8 is 80 mm square. Loss of energy due to friction, we got 0 joules. Then total loss of energy during transit hammer is 34 joules. Energy for failure of the specimen, we need to subtract the value of 34 by 0, nothing but it is 34 joules only. And final value, impact strength with U notch, we got it as the energy for failure divided by the cross sectional area. The value is in 34 joules divided by 80 mm square. We got the value as 0.425 joules per mm square. This will be the impact strength with U notch by Charpy impact test. Now I will move on to the second the case IZOD impact test. Aim of the experiment is to determine the IZOD impact test of the given specimen under the impact loading. And apparatus required, here we are using vernier caliper, scale and impact testing machine with its accessories. So we need to make some adjustment in the machine, that we need to remove the pendulum from 141.8 degree to the position of 90 degree, and we need to place the striker. We need to remove the previous striker and we are placing the new striker for IZAD impact test. Then the machine is ready for IZAD impact test. The difference is, so the pendulum is removed from 141.8 degree and it is placed in an angle 90 degree, and the striker is also different for IZAD impact test. The scale reading here it is same. Previously we have used the Charpy impact test, but IZAD we need to use the inside reading of the graduation. It starts from 0 and the maximum will be 168 joules. Nothing but we place the hammer in this position, the potential energy stored in the hammer is 168 joules. Now I will move on to the striker edge and the specimen. The striker edge will be like this. The striker edge is flat and we are having an angle over here, and for the specimen we are having the V notch. The details are given like this. The maximum impact energy of the pendulum is 168 joules. And the minimum value of the scale graduation, means least count of the scale, is 2 joules. Distance between a base of the specimen, notch or top or grips, and the point of the specimen hit by the hammer is 22 mm. Nothing but the distance from this position to this position will be 22 mm plus or minus 0.5. And the angle of striking edge of the striker is 75 degree plus or minus 1 degree, means, so we are having an angle for the striker also, so that is 75 degree, and angle of fall is 90 degree, means the pendulum position will be at 90 degree, and type of notch is V notch, means we provided V notch in the specimen to concentrate the stresses in a single point, and the difference is we need to place the specimen in a vertical axis, and the facing of the specimen is towards the hammer striking side only. We need to place the V notch. Now the observations. So this will be the specimen and having the V notch at an angle 45 degree. The details are given here like this. Material of the given specimen, we are using 160 mild steel, and initial energy is 168 joules. Length of the specimen is 75 mm, means overall length is 75 mm, and the breadth and overall depth is 10 mm only. Previously it is 55 mm and 10 mm by 10 mm will be the breadth and depth, but for IZAD impact test it is 75 mm will be the overall length and 10 mm by 10 mm will be the cross section dimension, and position of the notch will be at a distance 22 mm plus or minus 0.5, and here it is angle the V notch is 45 degree angle, and depth will be 2 mm. Depth will be 2 mm, and depth below the V notch is 8 mm only. The depth below the V notch is 8 mm. So this will be the cross section. Overall is 10, and the width is also 10. The depth of the notch is 2 mm, and remaining depth below the notch is 8 mm. This is regarding the observations. Now before going to conduct the actual test, we need to conduct test for friction loss. Same procedure. So place the hammer in the position of the pendulum at an angle 90 degree, means the hammer is now having the potential energy 168 joules. Then place the pointer at a position of 168 joules. Then remove the lock core and attach that one to the pendulum. Then release the lock core. So without the specimen, we are going to observe the reading. After the oscillation ends, if I observe the reading, we will get the loss of energy due to friction is 2 joules. It is showing the 2 joules, means we are having friction loss here, it is 2 joules. Then I will move on to the actual test. So the same procedure, place the hammer in a position of the pendulum at an angle 90 degree. Now the potential energy is 168 joules. Then place the pointer at a position of 168 joules. After that we need to fix the specimen. So the notch should be at the face of striking edge. Fix it properly and level it. After fixing the specimen, we need to remove the lever. Now the hammer strikes the specimen. After the oscillation ends, we need to consider the reading. If I observe the reading, I got here 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and now I got 42, 44, 46 and 48. Okay, so total loss of energy during transit hammer is 48 joules. Now the calculation part. Area of cross section at notch S naught is given by B into D. B is nothing but the width of the specimen, and small d is the depth below the notch. It is 8 mm. So B is 10 into 8 is 80 mm square only. Then loss of energy due to friction is 2 joules we got in the IZOT impact testing. Then total loss of energy during transit hammer is 48 joules. Then if I subtract the value, we will get the energy for failure of the specimen. So 48 minus 2, we will get it as 46 joules. Then impact strength with V notch we got by energy for failure of the specimen divided by the cross sectional area. So here it is 46 joules and 80 mm square will be the area. 46 divided by 80, we got it as 0.575 joules per mm square. This will be the impact strength with V notch. Totally the results, we conducted 2 experiments. One is Charpy impact test. We got the result it as 0.425 joules per mm square, and from the IZOT impact test we got 0.575 joules per mm square. Here we used the U notch, and here we used the V notch. So this completes the impact test. Thank you one and all.